We're back! We're back! We're finally back! I know you guys are so excited
Alright,
for us
yeah, alright. Yes, we are back for our 5th episode of The Final Take. I'm Parker Mott.
And I'm Jason Rogers.
Yes, and so today we're going to have some big directors with some new films. So we have Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island, Kevin Smith's Cop Out, Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, and The Crazies.
Also, we're going to do a little spin on our DVD picks of the week. We're going to give you our guilty pleasure DVD picks. So it's films that we really shouldn't like, but we still think you should see anyways. And we're also going to give you our sleeper hits that you should see in theaters, even though you've never heard of them.
Alright. Favorite line from Shutter Island?
It's as if she evaporated straight through the walls.
We take only the most dangerous, damaged patients, ones no other hospital can manage. You are hereby required to surrender your firearms.
We are duly appointed federal marshals.
But during your stay, you will obey protocol. Gentlemen, welcome to Shutter Island.
The first movie we're going to review on this week's show is Martin Scorsese's new film, Shutter Island. Now, I'd be underestimating myself if I said Martin Scorsese was only a good director. He's done some insane masterpieces in the past, such as Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and even The Departed, one of his more recent films. And here, he's trying to do a lot here with Shutter Island. He's got a film noir going, a psychological thriller, a little surreal Dali-esque thing going, and it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Well, that's because it is. He starts off with a very interesting tone. A boat emerges from a fog. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Teddy Daniels, a federal marshal going to investigate a mysterious disappearance of a patient named Rachel Shalando at Ashcliffe Penitentiary.
Is she considered dangerous?
You could say that. It's 11 miles to the nearest land and the water's freezing.
We don't know how she got out of her room.
Came back for a midnight round, she was gone.
It's as if she evaporated straight through the walls.
Martin Scorsese clearly has this boy crush for Alfred Hitchcock. He has these crazy shots of, you know, certain, like, the weather conditions and, like, fog and all these sort of things, and really adds a certain tone. But after a while, it seems like too much. It's very, very good visually, and you're into that, but he doesn't really get you to care, to get you psychologically entrenched in this story. It takes a while, and it feels very slow in that first half. I understand that he's trying to craft a really interesting story, and he does a pretty good job of that, but it's just, I felt like you have no interest in that first half of the story. Ben Kingsley, very good at his menacing role as the head doctor at the penitentiary, and there's a lot of interesting scenes, and despite that second half, even though it's really interesting, it just doesn't feel like enough. I don't think Scorsese's lost his touch. He's definitely, he's taking risk, and that's great, and I totally commend him for that. I don't think he's lost his touch, but he just pulls through slightly late. So I'm going to say, for all my respect for the director, I'm going to say it's a good rental.
Yeah, I'm going to say C, Shutter Island. Yeah. And, I enjoyed the first half a little bit more than you, but I agree with you on the fact that it is very slow. Like, we get it's a penitentiary, we get it's a mental hospital, we get it's a freaky environment. It's like, okay, can we move on?
Yeah.
Scorsese, can we move on? No, he just focuses on the atmosphere a little too long. You know what I mean? Yeah, we get the atmosphere. Let's just move on to the plot. Yeah. It takes a while to get there. Yes, I agree. But when that thing picks up, man, it holds you, man. For that second half of that movie, I was in it the entire time, and I just thought DiCaprio, one of his best performances, not his best performance, like I like in The Departed and The Aviator. He's being had some better ones, but he was absolutely.
If you're looking at a great psychological thriller, you want consistency. You want everything just to suck you in from the beginning. Like, if you look at his films in the past, like Cape Fear, just constantly keeping you in. You never doze out or anything. Just great performances all around. Charlotte has great performances, but the material feels not strong enough in the first half. You're really out completely. You don't care for that first half. And the second half, like I said, is great, but it just doesn't feel enough. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Well, I kind of agree with that, but just I enjoyed the first half more because I was liking the eeriness, and I was liking the environment. I was like how I was viewing this penitentiary as just sort of the hopeless environment. A storm's coming. Yeah. We arrive on fog. Many bad things are happening. It's like, okay, it's a very foreboding atmosphere. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he's trying to figure out there's a mystery, and then all of a sudden a bunch of very surreal sequences and no, surreal sequences. I know you don't agree with them a lot, but they're decent for what they are.
No,
I was tripping.
I understand that the surreal sequence is meant to be over the top, but I find it. I was completely distracted from what was going on. What is Leonardo DiCaprio trying to solve here? I was completely distracted. I understand that's supposed to get inside his head, figure out how he's thinking, but it doesn't. I understand what Scorsese's trying to do. It doesn't convey well on the screen with Michelle Williams with her intensely over the top performance.
Yeah, I agree. She's
I'm just like, come on, it's enough.
She's overacted a bit, but at the end, at least she was good. But like,
there's that last one.
But yeah, and but the thing is, you find them distracting. I find them kind of interesting because like I like the editing and how all of a sudden, like, you know, she's like, I don't want to give it away, but like, you know, the sequences, they're very very picturesque, and then they're very foreboding at the same time with like the horror and the weird images that are in it. I was loving
that really fell flat for me. You're talking about horror, but something that I thought kind of didn't work for me, which I know Scorsese was trying to weird you out with, was the shots of the concentration camp. And I just thought that was completely out of place, completely out of tone with the whole story, almost a little bit offensive. Like, it felt completely stereotypical, and like it didn't add any element to the story that was that strong. Yeah, I was just like, why am I watching this? I don't care.
The only element it adds is, it's supposed to be disturbing. It's supposed to be like because it's haunting DiCaprio's past. That's why it's in there. It's like, it could have been done a little better, but like obviously, like a pile of dead people, you know, like that kind of gets the message across without like, you know, wasting too much time, I guess. But I don't know. I just enjoyed the dream sequences, and when you look at the movie back as a whole, you're like, especially it's definitely worth a second look. Even if you appreciate it or don't appreciate it, you may want to have a look at this movie again just to like understand exactly what you just watched sometimes. But like the twist at the end, I agree, in wonderfully written twist. And Ben Kingsley is good. Mark Ruffalo is really good. This is a challenging and complex role, and he does it very well.
And I totally commend them for doing something new, but the execution needs to be there. And I feel it doesn't pull through until the very end when I'm actually intrigued. Like, I left the theater thinking, this is a great movie. That was a great twist. And then I thought about it later. I'm like, no, it really wasn't, because that first half was really slow, and I didn't care for the 3 hours
the opposite
of the movie.
thing. The more I thought about it, the more I actually kind of enjoyed it. So I guess it's well how you feel. Like, maybe it's the more you think about it, the worse it gets. But for me personally, the more you thought about it, the better it got.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm going on the cover.
Doubtful?
Yes, I'm doubtful.
I already made my decision.
Hello? The president is black now. We make decisions.
You know, there's a right way of doing police work. Then there's a way you two do it. Now's a good time to do something. Now that is what I'm talking about.
Alright, we move back onto dry land with our new film, Cop Out. We have here Tracy Morgan from 30 Rock and Bruce Willis, who has a very esteemed career. And we also have director Kevin Smith making another attempt at making some good films. Basically, the key here is Kevin Smith has not written this film. He has only directed this film. This is the first time he's like taken on somebody else's writing into his film. And it's basically one of those, like, you know, studio Hollywood movies that you want to see. It's a buddy cop flick. We get that. And quite frankly, it sucks. Basically, the whole plot here is Bruce Willis is strapped for cash trying to pay for his daughter's wedding. So he's going to sell his very esteemed baseball card that's worth a lot of money. But the problem is his baseball card gets stolen. So now they have to go on this ridiculous journey throughout the city and try and find the baseball card.
What? Shut up! Shut up! Stop repeating. Stop repeating. Shut up, man. You see what he's doing, Jim? Shut up! Jim, do you see what he's doing? He's trying to live here rent-free.
Don't tap your head with the gun.
Shut up!
There's no doubt some talent here, but whatever talent there was, it's not there. It quite simply isn't there. Like, the actors, they are no doubt have great careers, and Kevin Smith has a great career too. I really enjoyed Zack and Miri Make a Porno and a bunch of his earlier flicks. Very nice, touching stuff on some crude stuff. But quite simply, this is just a train wreck in every which way. The writing is horrendous. The actors cannot bail out anything. Tracy Morgan maybe has a couple of one-liners that promote a few titters and chuckles. Bruce Willis just acts like he's cashing another paycheck with this movie. If you really enjoy a quiet theater and just, you know, you just want a peaceful atmosphere, if you just want to go away and get away from everything in the world and just go to a nice silent place, let me tell you, Cop Out is the place to go, okay? But if you're looking for some entertainment and some laughs, this is absolutely void of that. Stay the hell away from Cop Out. Skip it, skip it, skip it, skip it. I cannot.
Can you say it anymore? Because I keep saying skip it, skip it, skip it. I think I'm having a feeling this is going to be my worst film of 2010.
Will not be surprised.
I have this. There's a calling.
I will not be surprised.
My God! Like, what
is
going on in this film?
What happened?
Kevin Smith. He has Zack and Miri Make a Porno. You got Clerks 1 and 2. Great.
Yes.
We come up with this film. I think
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Silent Bob, decent. And
I know.
Come up with this thing. Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis. They both seem washed out.
I ain't telling you shit. You can do shit because I'm a minor. Fuck you too.
You are an angry young man.
Yo, you messing with my business, bitch.
Whose car is this?
Your mama's. What?
You know, I will smack the black off you.
You can't do nothing to me. I'm 11.
We're just the audience is stoic the whole time. No one cares what's going on in the story.
Like it's like it's scary. Like cause this movie has an audience, but there was absolutely like nobody in our
no
theater.
one is laughing.
Nobody is laughing in this theater, and it's like there's a decent amount of people. There was